out. I apologize. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I was indeed back. Give me 1 minute. I really wish this cord was either longer or that I had a better wireless headset. One moment, please. No, pupper girl. No. Mm-mm. No, it's not time yet. Not time yet. Woof. All right. Let's see here. No. Yes. All right. Let's see where we were.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is tough.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
Hmm.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
I feel awful for Mortimer. I have lived in that dark place. Lived there for longer than I could even begin to tell you. It is incredibly difficult
Good evening, sir.
because no one understands. You look happy, you look healthy, you smile, you laugh, you joke. To hide the pain. And we shouldn't have to feel that we need to,
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
but unfortunately we frequently and often do. This man's mother is a horrible
I'm
person, by
alright.
the way.
Don't
I'm
waste your time with me.
tempted to eat her. I'm sorry, something I ate must have had a lot of phlegm producing qualities.
How is my son doing?
I don't know if I feel comfortable talking to her about any of that. I do want to eat her, though. She's a horrible person.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswing.
Yeah, we're 5 points away from being able to do something
Good
better.
evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Goodbye, Doc.
Anybody handing out experience points? I could use 5.
The morning, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm
Who are you talking to, Rakesh?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
We already did that. I don't think it's gonna go away though unless
Tell
I
me
do
that
this.
the regiment... You can't... You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher. Do you believe you have really helped people? My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you need medical attention?
I'm feeling all right, Doctor. But perhaps it is because I, too, am used to the smell of the dead.
I'm so sorry. I
Please
keep
show me
coughing
what
your
you have
guys'
to sell.
ear.
Of
I am
course.
so
It's just trinkets
sorry.
and curios, really. But I'm sure they can
I
be
want to know
useful.
how he considers opium a curio. Unless he means curiosity, which I suppose could be what that means. Holy Hannah, I have a lot of money. I don't really need any of this right now. I'll eventually need the ergot and the opium for headache medicines, but
It never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and
what to do, what to do? Go in the morgue again, kill the things on the subfloor. Hey, yeah. What is taking you so long to load? Starting to think maybe I need to reboot my computer. It's been a while. Alright. First things first. Double checking to make sure we haven't missed anything. It always sounds like there's more going on around here than there is. Oh, that's right, there's 3 of them. Come out here, guys. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. Which means, of course, that the thing upstairs is also upstairs. Darn it, I was busy trying to heal myself, and that didn't go so well. Okay, I have a bad feeling about going down here, since everything is stronger than it was when I was down here the first time. Whoa! Darn it all. Darn it. That was insane. So there's at least 2 more. Come on, save. Come on. I've got at least enough points now to do probably 2 skills. Or 1 big one. Come on. Alright, fine. Where is it? I thought I saw it was in this room. Apparently it's in the next room. Oh no, there are 3 of them in that room. Doesn't appear that there are any in this room.
It's locked.
Still don't have the ability to get in that. What? Dude, I might have bit off more than I can chew here. Ah, son of a... Oh, and suddenly I can walk again. Those are upstairs. I don't particularly want to have to deal with all of these guys again. That was weird. Okay, so there's at least 2 of them upstairs. Okay. Almost enough for one of the one big skill, which would be an upgrade to autophagy, which just lets me consume the blood within my body to heal my body, which is nice. But 1,300 points is expensive. All right. I should have enough points to make it up to level 11. almost have what I need to increase the level of this thing. Dang, that's just not clearing up, is it? Alright, we are level 11. Alright. So the problem with Whitechapel is that it's right in the middle of a really difficult zone. Gosh darn it. I'm so used to dragging the map. I'm not used to edge scrolling. I kind of want to get back to some of the stuff that we didn't get to really explore in the initial game, or the initial part of the game. I feel like almost like I'm boxed in because a lot of this stuff is so so high level. Like they expect you to be willing to kill the citizenry. And I'm okay with killing bad people. But I can't bring myself to kill innocents. Or even people who are only moderately bad, but because they're doing bad things in order to survive. He was the one I needed the headache medicine. No, he's the one I needed the headache medicine for. I'm very positive that there are people out there who would legit just kill people because of their sexual orientation, because there's these two gentlemen are a couple. These two people are a couple. They're a mixed race couple. You can kind of consider these two a couple. And I would possibly consider him only because of the fact that he is in so much pain and there really is nothing that we can do for him. But if we get rid of him, then she's going to have all kinds of stuff to say about it.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these
Don't
days.
want a gun. I do want this, though. And this. I had just not had any need for a gun yet. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there going, "Oh, you would have been you would have had an easier time killing the werewolf thing." Where or where? See, now I've distracted you. Does anyone know the origins of why it's where or werewolf? Because if you speak English, you don't know. Probably. So it's actually a Germanic root. There used to be a thing in German tribes called the wear price, the weir price, the weir. And that was the price of a human life. What a particular person was worth in a family, to the tribe, to the village, whatever. And if you killed that person, you owed their family a wear price. Where is man. It is the price of a man. So, literally, a werewolf is a man wolf. There you go. Learning something new. Twice today. No. Bless
I
it.
cannot enter.
Come back here. Oops.
Understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked, all right.
Concern it. Where do I need to stand to listen to this? Am I supposed to be standing all the way the puck over there? How am I supposed to do that? I can't even... There's no way.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
That is very sweet, Rakesh. Let's try... Of course, by the time I get there... There we go.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir?
And that's
You
where
won't
he
need any
gets
of
his
these
trinkets and
anyway.
curios.
I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
I still can't get in this.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living, and I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You should show respect for the dead. What about their loved ones who may treasure these items you sell?
The bodies I watch over are the unwanted and undesired, sir. I would never deprive anyone of their family artifacts.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure
Got
they
some
can be
curios that
useful.
come from the dead. You still don't have anything I need. I haven't bothered with the idea of selling any of this stuff to Milton. I should sell my bullets. I'm never going to use them. He doesn't see any value in them. To think I was having a hard time finding this.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal, not a morgue.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Somewhere out there, someone's screaming at me, "Don't do it, don't sell it. It's the best weapon in the game." It's so dragging on the stamina, though. And he doesn't have anything fresh for me yet.
Less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count. Wish I could say the same for the others.
You look
And
exhausted.
I caught last summer's epidemic.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
I wish.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Oh, where did you go, lady?
Stop following me.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
God, what to do? Pretty sure everything is pulling us this way. This is where those two are. Or is it here? That's where the two are. I haven't really, I don't think, actually gone through up here because this place is in such serious condition. So the only thing in here was a few shillings. It's not even a proper door to another area. Ah, there's three of them out here. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, we got those guys taken care of, which was nice. I'm not really bothering to read posters, so Mostly because we've already read them. Oh, this is a hideout, huh? That's just the gun thing. Ammo box, whatever.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Take any advantage you can, people. Keyboard keeps doing weird things.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye? But the guards recruiting more and more every year. When did you join the guard?
It would seem that this is where we need to be. Because it's over there. Where the devil is that misplaced marker? Somewhere around here is a there marker that's making me crazy. Okay. I've been avoiding this area because I thought it was going to be higher level due to the skull that's that way.
He's mine!
Yeah, that's our buddy, the level 18 skull, whose mere presence in this area has had me avoiding this completely. they're... Dang it, and they're the thing I need to get to. Oh, this is probably full of... Oh, yeah. Crap.
I have this thirst for blood.
I'm almost positive that this is a bad idea.
Get away from me! Don't touch me with your disgust! Help! Damn strangers are attacking me!
Oh, shoot.
Help! Some damn strangers are attacking me!
Come on, just heal up a little faster, would you?
Don't touch me with your disgusting hands!
I don't think he understands what you're saying, sir. These things are a pain in the bum. Come on.
Don't touch me with your disgusting hands!
Hold on. Hold on.
Some damn strangers are attacking me!
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
A fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent. But those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
I want to eat him. I'd be doing the world a favor eating the likes of him.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
That is super cool. Let's see here. What else does this, if you'll pardon the turn of phrase, shithole have for me? I'm grateful that things like that don't despawn too quickly. The bodies could despawn faster. I don't care about that. Could you imagine living in an apartment like this where it's not your apartment, it's an apartment where you basically are renting a bed. That's it. It's not even a motel room because you have to share the space with so many other people. I suppose it'd be like going to a fur con and sharing the room with a whole bunch of other furs. Okay, so this is the all part of the same house. Okay. Nothing to pick up over there. This did not really help us to do the next thing that we were supposed to do. That's all right. It still got us some experience points, got us some shillings, rescued a person. I really don't like the sound of that skull. I need to go that way. Right? Ow. Oops. Yeah. I strongly suspect that this is going to lead to my death. That was exciting. At least we succeeded. In that part, anyways. Okay, so we got these guys. That's not a door, even though it's a door. Also, apparently not a door, even though it's a door. When is a door not a door? When it's not a door. Oh, Lord Almighty, there are more skulls. Looks as if he might be alone. If you're wondering what I'm waiting for, I'm waiting to make sure that I get a save in. Because it seems to be on some sort of a timer for saves instead of like, oh, you passed through a door. Oh, you went over a bridge. Oh, you did this thing. So I'm just trying to make sure I get a save in here before I go and probably kill myself on a whim. Come on. Anybody want to ask me something while we're waiting? Last time I said that, we ended up getting a save. Come on. I'll answer almost anything. No, it's not going to give me a save. I just want to save. He's only 6 levels higher than me, but it's still...
Die!
I would have preferred not to. Boy, are they unintelligent, frankly. Clearly, vampires are just like the people they used to be. You know, there are good vampires and there are bad vampires. We succeeded in our task. Too bad there's not a quick travel option. Because now we have to travel back. Do I have to fight you guys again? Are you here? Doesn't look like it.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I apparently forgot a trash can over here. Let's see.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards recruit more and more every year.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol. He's mine! I'll take it!
God bless it. Ha! Take that. I wasn't expecting to have that kind of combat.
Please open the door, sir.
Open which door? That's locked.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. I'm here, we might as well try to continue on. And of course, Coda wants to go outside. Alright, guys, we're going to take a quick break here to let the dog out. When I get back, we'll go ahead and see what we can find out here in Whitechapel. If we end up dead, we will just go back to Pembroke. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I dropped it on the floor. I'm sorry. I need a stand or something to put that on. Coda. You're just all set to go, aren't you? You're like, let me out. Why don't you take the garbage out while we're letting the dog out? Let's do that. Add a little extra time, but not enough to really matter. No pudding. Okay. We'll take out yours. Come on.
Alright, apologies again for dropping the headset on the ground. That was not my intention. And then I took a slight detour and turned in. I suppose one could think of it as turning it in. Took the trash out. Alright. So we're bound and determined. We're going to try and get over here to Whitechapel. And then we'll see what else goes on. Alright. Let's see here. That's the turn in. That's... Oof.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
He's got bronchitis. That's not good.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
I'm really concerned about the sclera thing. One of the other streamers I follow is streaming at the moment. I can't pronounce her name for the life of me. I don't know why. But let's see if we can figure out what's going on with Jonathan Reed's eyes. Oh, it's because I've embraced someone? Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how anyone. There are people apparently on Reddit who say they got through the whole game without embracing anyone, and I'm sorry. How the F did you do that? Because I can't see how you had enough experience, like, just doing things. It doesn't feel like there's enough experience points doing things without embracing people.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, welcome, sir. Don't be afraid. Please take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Okay.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Wow, that one uses even more stamina than the regular one. Okay, so I have 46 files. These I can use, these I can use. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Sorry guys, give me just a moment here. I'm fiddling with something to see if I can keep my wires at least a little contained. And that should at least keep that pointing in a direction, which will help a little bit. I know, you should do this sort of thing off stream, right? Don't bother your viewers with the things that are going on in hardware land. Well, welcome to the real world, people.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
That's because it would.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
All right. I shall leave you alone.
We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake. I prefer not to give you another beating, Baron.
You look Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Yeah, but you're not putting anything in it, honey.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think
It
that
just
would
struck
worry
me. I forgot to tell people I was
If
back
you knew
on.
the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Not that it really matters. Outside of Sonic Gott's raid today, I haven't had any viewers, so...
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
I would have expected that would take me to something where I, like... Oh, there's an up. That means there's a hideout. Except that this goes nowhere.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
She's mute.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then.
Okay, that's just that. And they are everywhere. Oh, and she's the one placing them. Oh, locked. What do you want, priest?
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your...
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers.
Really? I didn't know that was a thing that I could
about the
do.
Armageddon about to strike
I just
the
accepted
city.
the
Answers
angle
about
I
the
was
hidden
given.
truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean?
All
Quite a...
but you...
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Because these are all kind of... I would like to ask this man all three of these, but I only get to ask him one. Or say one of them. I can only say one of them.
Science and progress are our only hope against the monstrosity hidden behind this epidemic.
See, Doctor? Now you acknowledge the presence of evil within the city's walls. Now you start to admit the truth.
Ugh, son of a...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane,
from the Pembroke Hospital. I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
God, this guy is rapidly ending up on my eat him list.
To London. She was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Oh. Oh. I'm totally gonna eat you.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Soon the time will come when you will
Pardon
all
me,
be
just taking
judged
some
for your
leave.
sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Critical's live. If I have anybody following me when I get done in a little over an hour and a half, we won't raid Critical because it won't matter. But I do have one other person who might still be streaming, so we'll raid her if she's still streaming.
Keeping silent about the Spanish influenza. It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you.
But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
I'm not sure when women got the vote in England, and I must confess that I don't remember when the suffragette movement was in the United States. I know that it took a number of years for them to get the vote. But I sadly do not remember exactly when that was. I was not a good student of modern history. I wasn't actually a great student of ancient history either. I can never, every time I get quizzed on it, I can never remember the difference between the Hittites and the Hyksos. And that's a problem.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Oh, great, there's more than one of them. That's unexpected. Ah, son of a... I don't know why I'm struggling. It's not like that's a mechanic. Coda's barking outside. So I need to get these guys taken care of. Come on, dude. Alright. Sorry to leave you guys staring at a quarantine screen, but I gotta go get the dog right now. She's barking her little brains out. You are a pain in the butt. Yes, I want inside, but I won't let you come and get me to come inside. I love you, pupper dog. Alright. It's on the screen. Sorry, guys. Nobody comes to stream to watch somebody walk away for, minutes at a time. Well, unless you watch a lot of Critical's streams. It seems like he disappears often. Alright. Yes, hello, Papa Dog. No, Mama was not eating things while you were not in the house. Mama was playing video games. Okay, what I was actually trying to do was to use the door, which doesn't look like it's a thing. That door is locked up tight. Apologies, I wasn't trying to sneeze in anyone's ear or anything. Is it just me, or does that guy's portrait look like some crazy combination of Chris Pratt and Benedict Cumberbatch?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
I made a similar observation at the start of the pandemic this year. Sitting outside because there were no... I live in a first-tier suburb, and usually, during the day, at the least, there is constant drone of cars driving by. And that was gone.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand.
Yes, I know you are here, Pupper.
I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Coda, I got something you want to say to the people who are listening? Are you going to talk to us? Did you come over and bug your mama? Did you got something you want to say? What you want to say? I'm going to say something? Watch your ears. She might bark. What? I'm going to tell her something? No. Oh. Well, I love you. Claudia, I love you. You know, huh? Yeah. Did you come and get scritches? You're interrupting Mama's stream. I love you. Baby girl. Claudia girl. I love you. Oh. Yes, you gotta wag a tail. Claudia's gotta wag a tail. Yeah. Are you gonna keep bugging your mama? You gonna keep bugging your mama? I love you. Oh, really? Come here. Hi. This is not as entertaining. Oh, you are so sopping wet from being in the snow. You just sopping wet pooch. You just sopping wet pooch. Take it your face. Giant goofball. Let's see here.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Welcome to Crossover.
Heavens to Betsy. I was gonna go and put one of the other streamers I follow on my
Did you know the
my hub.
Forest is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Alright, sorry about
I
that.
fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Just making sure we didn't open anything else up.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Having some real trouble getting this onto my my hub. Speak of the devil, and she shall appear.
Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye, then.
Boy, she is just not forthcoming with any information at all. I thought I was digging through the trash can. Oh, there's a mailbox next to it. Okay, never mind.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
It's locked. I'm pretty sure I've spoken with more or less everyone. This is just me checking to see if I can find anything else. That. $11, $10. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be good experience points.
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
There must be a hideout nearby.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Why would it not be? Housemaid's up and about. is utterly ridiculous. I did this just earlier today with Sonic God's stream. Come on. That's weird. Why is there... Okay, 14, another 14. They're right next to each other. Doesn't bode well for me. What is going on? I'm gonna have to take my keyboard apart after we finish streaming, see if there's something going on with my keyboard. Dang, almost enough to go up to 4. Nope. So used to, right-clicking on things to use them from years of being a gamer for other types of games. Darn, I was kind of sort of half hoping beyond a tiny hope that maybe I would get a component to do this so that I could make that one more level. The other, son of a... The other shiny trunk is just the ammunition trunk, and I don't need it. That's the ammunition trunk. What is going on? Twitch is being kind of ridiculous. I'm going to laugh if it works for Sonic's channel. What the heck? Ah! Okay, we're done fiddling with that. For whatever reason, I was able to get Sonic Gott's channel up on my Google Home Hub, but it won't let me pull up Dahlia's channel on there. I got no idea what's causing it. Come on. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. The game is installed on a solid-state drive on a brand new computer. That load screen should take no time at all. Alright, we're going to take a shot at this. God, what is going on? I'm having some really bad lag on commands. There should be no reason for any of this. Oh, now I can walk. Oh, okay. I was expecting this to turn me out somewhere else. I kind of wish there was a fast travel. Come on! Trying to figure out how best to get back to the hospital. Oh, excuse me. That is just about the strangest primogen I believe that I have ever seen. It's cool. I've just never seen a cosmic face like that before. All right, sorry, talking about Justin's Sonic Gots stream. Well, now I can get up there.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye?
No, that doesn't do me any good. That's that high level skull that I'd been avoiding. I'm sure it's standing on top of something that I need.
My blood and soul. They belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Okay. I keep trying to use the shortcuts from my MMOs. Let's see here. I think we should check and see if these two have any of the parts I need for my weapons. These guys are the only investigation I think I have left. Oh, no, I have new ones in Whitechapel. How could I have solved this one? Oh, because I saved him. Let's see. We should be able to do this. So why don't we go down to the docks and see if that's anything that we can do. I mean, we've been dealing with level 10 and 11s and 12s and whatnot. So we should be able to at least get down here, I hope. I'm just not sure how we're going to get there. Oh, never mind. I think I remember how we get there. Isn't there... Oh yeah, this should be cakewalk at this point.
There's one of them.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. He's a what? Sorry, when you've talked yourself into thinking that something is an impossible area for one reason or another, and then you come back and you find out that you've been lying to yourself. Just me get my butt handed to me by 3 level 8s. I never did talk to the merchants at the Abbey, did I? Well, that was smart. Way to go, Faye. That's okay, maybe we'll turn up the stuff without having to buy it. That's interesting. You'd think I'd be able to get up there. Apparently, until I find the other side of it, I can't.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! I'll kill you!
Nah, I'm pretty sure you won't. Not doing half bad here, folks. This will likely be kind of tight when we go to do those guys. Because they're a higher level.
I have this thirst for blood.
Lively! It's on to Die, vermin!
Okay. I thought that was going to be more difficult than that. Might as well get all the experience points you can, right? So, back in the day when I used to play Guild Wars 1, and anytime you were out on the map outside of the city, you were in an instance, so things didn't respawn. I used to literally go through an instance and kill every single mob. Every single time I entered the instance. Which is probably why I got burnt out. This is where I need to be, though, to get the thing for the guys. Oh, and he's a frickin' boss. Shit. I don't know if I can lose him. Nope. That was intense.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Now, on the plus side, we have successfully taken out a level 16 boss. Ah, son of a gun. Ooh, excuse me.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Bum, 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 bum.
Less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count.
Nothing.
Good
Talk
evening.
to me, man.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Darn it. You don't have what I want. No, you're not Strickland.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Where are you, Strickland? Where are you? No. There you are.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help? I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
All right, guys. I don't want to mess this up. I would like to be able to get my experience points for this. So, I don't know what to do.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
That's not disturbing at all. Sorry.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect. Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
And that is my warning. This is a shame. As a person, I like Strickland. Doctors like Ackroyd make me kind of upset, but at the same time, performing illegal, unsanctioned experiments on patients.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Damn it, this guy was on my eat list.
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reed honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help, Dr. Ackroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reed.
And just double check. Okay.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I feel really bad because I don't really know for sure who to trust in that. And to pilfer stuff from your guys' office.
It's locked. Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula. It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right. It's
Darn,
locked.
I was hoping to pilfer your guys' office, but everything's locked. Any chance that that key also works here?
It's locked, all right.
Of course not. Talk to Rakesh. See if he's got anything for me.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
I'm pretty sure I'm the one who sold these to him. Good Lord. In general, I have yet to really need to buy much for anyone. Yeah, see, now he's got the other rings that I sold. Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Grr.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me...
But in the circumstances,
Don't
I'm
waste
willing
your
to
time
give you the
with me.
benefit of the doubt.
I don't think we have anything new for them either.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Dude, you are approaching the I might eat you.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to increase my mesmerize skill.
Goodbye.
Seems like something I should know how to do. Okay. Not that I honestly think that he has anything since the last time I spoke with him.
I'd like to...
Nope. Shoot. Okay. Well, I think that that's going to be it for tonight. I don't want to get too deep into anything else before it's time for bed for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take the moment to say thank you to everyone who stopped by in the course of the 2 streams today. I also want to thank Sonic Gott again for the raid during our earlier stream. If I have anyone currently watching, we may just raid him. Give me one moment here to find that out. Let's see here.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Well, I can't tell if that's a live view or not. Give me a moment. Does not look like I have a live viewer at the moment. Does not look like I have a live viewer at That was smart. So I'm not seeing anybody on stream with me at the moment, so that's all right. What we're going to do is we're just going to call it the night, and if anyone is watching right now and you're looking for anyone to view at the moment, go ahead and look up Sonic Got. It's a like Sonic and then the German word, I believe, for God mixed together. He's a pretty wholesome streamer. He is currently streaming VR chat. And it looks like I can't really tell. It's not in a mirror. Oh wait, he is in a mirror. He's currently dressed up as like zombie Legoshi. It's kind of cute actually. I want to thank everybody for the stream today. Thank you very much for your time, your patience, for helping me to learn how to be a better streamer. I always appreciate learning something new. Don't hesitate to ask me questions while you're on stream. But also, if you're not comfortable talking to me, that's quite all right. You are more than welcome to lurk on my stream and just watch me play the game. I do mutter to myself quite a lot. Thank you guys very much. For those of you who have joined the Wolfpack, I appreciate you so much. It's actually really helping my self-esteem so much doing this. This has been really excellent to help me get out of my shell and to talk with people. It's been, I'm in self-imposed quarantine because my housemate is a healthcare worker. And I don't want to take any risks. So, you guys are some of the people who are helping keep me sane right now after months and months and months of quarantine. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all so very much. Please be excellent to each other and go ahead and check out Sonic Got. He is, like I said, one of the most wholesome streamers I've seen out there. An occasional cuss word will slip out, especially during a Five Nights at Freddy's thing, like he's going to be doing this week, but otherwise, he is super wholesome. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful night, and don't forget to howl back. I appreciate it. Have a great night.